Hello and welcome to the June 2025 Plan with me. My name's Brandy, and if you're new, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I have my holistic planner. We're going to walk through the monthly plan that I am outlining for June. I'm going to pop up the categories that we're going to be covering today. So look at here. And what I think I'm going to do is just kind of go through each category and tell you what I was planning to do with May, so recap of the previous month, and also plan for June. So I'll cover that by the category. And I also just feel like it might be a good idea to go ahead and start with highlights of May, and then talk about what needs work, and then we'll kind of go forward in each category. So I'm excited that you're here. I hope that this is helpful. This planner is one that I've designed and have had on Amazon for years because I used to be a holistic health coach, a holistic nutritionist. I am still a practicing mental health therapist, and I used to be a personal trainer. So when I designed this holistic planner, self-care and wellness journal, it was really to cover the things that were most organized for the folks I was working with, and I found it to be helpful for myself as well. So I'm gonna try and incorporate a monthly plan with me moving forward, just because I realized I need to get back into my actual habit of tracking and organizing. So you don't have to use the planner, but you could also just use the formula that I have here. So let us go ahead and maybe start with what went well in May, okay? So I just took a moment to reflect, just literally took 5 minutes to reflect. What were the highlights of May 2025 for me? I am excited because I started a new job. So that's really cool. As a mental health therapist, there tends to be some great options for places of work. So I am liking the new place I'm working at. So that's really cool. And I'm getting clients coming in and, starting the practice. So that's really cool, really excited. I love helping my clients. It's really meaningful work, purposeful work. So I love that. Also, I was really excited to see my sons who are with their dad in Arizona currently. I just loved every minute of our time together. Even though we just kind of relaxed, it was really a gift and a blessing. So it was good to see them, and they'll be here in a couple weeks. So, something else that's really exciting about the trip to Arizona to see my children is I was also kind of looking around for a place to live, because I want us to be a unified family, even if, parents aren't together and whatnot. So I'm excited to be moving to Arizona to be close to my children and to co-parent them and give them all the mothering they will let me, so that's really exciting. But I found a place, I got approved, it's all good. So excited because it's a place that's going to really match the lifestyle I live in my current city. So that's really great. That's the automatic cat feeder in the background. Okay, so other than that, I am really so happy that I had a fabulous Mother's Day with my mom, because my children weren't able to be with me. They were with their dad, but I really enjoyed getting to take my mom to my church for Mother's Day service, and then we went out to brunch after, and it was just really nice and a good time, and I really enjoyed it. We had great food, great conversation, great environment, a great service at the brunch place. Church service was great. Everything was great. So other than that, something else I really enjoyed this month was Mother's Day with my siblings and my mom. So my brother-in-law, my sister, my older sister, and my mom and my nieces and nephews all got together for a family movie night where the adults just ended up having a good cackling, laugh fest while the kids watched the movie. Normally we watch the movie with the kids, but this time we were just having ourselves a real good chat. And it was great. Lots of laughter, lots of lightness. So I really enjoyed that moment. Also, a big win for the month of May is I was able to save money, and I really started to look at filling the holes and closing the holes in the ship. So what filling the holes is really about is going through all of my expenses and looking at the cost of each thing I'm paying for that is recurring each month, and asking the question, is this the right amount? Is this affordable any longer? Do I still even need it? So over the course of May, I canceled tons of subscriptions that were not necessary, don't really need, and I'm just really going back to the bare minimum essentials. So I'm gonna do a separate video talking about how I cut my outgoing expenses and everything except rent, which is pretty, steadfast, to like half the cost. And that means I am saving half of what was going out each month, with exception to rent. So that feels really good. And I'm still working on a few edits there to get everything really situated. But I feel like it's such a process because I'll talk more about it next time. Sorry, I don't want to detour us here. Okay, so those are some highlights, lots of great highlights. And then what needs work, something that I really want to see happen in May but was not successful, was like 2 OMAD days, 1 meal a day days where I just have 1 meal a day for 2 days each week to like keep working on my physique. Ooh, sorry if you see that. It's my deodorant getting out of control. Anyway, life is life. And so I was not successful with my OMAD situation because there has been an issue with my sleep. I cannot do OMAD and have poor sleep. It's just not happening. So over the last month, and for several months actually, I've been trying to house train my cat, Fortune, who's over there, Sleep. He's just really been all over the place with his sleep, which means I have been all over the place with being consistent with his routine. So instead of like taking my children or my cat or anyone else under my care, what they do personal, I have to question like, how am I playing into this? What do I actually need to adjust to get the result that I'm looking for here? So Fortune's an indoor-outdoor cat. So if anyone has any tips on how to like routine train a cat, please let me know. But he wants to go outside all hours, so he wants to go out 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m. And only in the last few weeks I realized like, I don't have to get up and let you out. But sometimes hearing a cat meow over and over and over again is like nails on chalkboard. So sometimes it was easier just to do it. But now I just don't care. I'm not getting up. So I think my sleep will be better for the month ahead because I'm really working on routine training the cat so I can sleep train and get my sleep back, because my sleep has been not very good, not very consistent, and I need sleep. I'm a person who really has to get sleep to be effective. So now that we've covered like the wins and opportunities for May, I'm going to go into each category for June, and I will give you like a before and after, or before and a moving forward, I suppose. So let's go, let's get into it. Okay, so first up we have finances, and what I was hoping to do in the month of May was to create a budget and observe my weekly spending behaviors. And I was actually pretty good with creating my weekly spending or tracking my weekly spending behaviors. So that was kind of what got me onto looking at the cost of things and if I was getting the best deal. So I was able to make my calls and adjust a lot of the different things I was paying for to remove monthly recurring charges for things that I didn't actually need. So I did not actually get around to doing a budget. So I will admit I'm a little bit gun shy on having a budget because I am still wanting to figure out a way to do it where it feels sustainable and easy or easeful in use. So I'm still doing a bit of research on like budgeting apps, or if I want to do like the just written form. So that's something that's still in progress. But for the month of June, so moving ahead, what my goal would be is to create a finance monthly calendar just so I can track when I have my paydays for the work I do, but also when my bills are actually coming out so I can see everything at a glance, and then just from there maybe better see my financial picture. Also, I am going to try again this month to keep figuring out my budget, because it could just be paper. So I might just test out the paper method and just write everything down and decide how I want to organize my expenses, because I'm still kind of studying my patterns. Plus, I'm still a little bit intimidated, I'm not gonna lie, but I will get to it. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So I realize I could maybe get a little closer. I like the tree in the back. Anyway, so going on to the next category, it's going to be home. And just looking at my planner, you can see this is all of the monthly goals, and this is how I track every week, just in case it's helpful to see. So basically, for the category of home, I need to declutter the downstairs closets. Last month, I wanted to declutter every room in the house, and I've done that. Every drawer in the house, every cupboard in the house, all those things are done. And the reason this is important is because I'll be moving in July, and I don't want to have a very stressful pre-month move, like pack up. So I figured just do a little here and there. So in the month of June, some of the goals I have is going to be to like repair some of the issues. Like there's a set of closet doors that need to be hung back up that fell off the hinges a little bit. I need to clean the oven and the fridge, deep clean those things. And I need to wipe down all the cupboards. I wiped down half of them were clean, but I want to like just make sure they're good to go. And so, just kind of house repair, because I like to get my deposit back. I'm just a person who's very interested in getting my deposit. So I am looking forward to getting this house in shape and ready to go. So that'll be something I keep working on in June. So decluttering the closets, repair the door, and yeah, I think that's that. Oh, I guess in the category of home, I also wrote sleep routine continued. So for me to work on sleeping through the night, regardless to Fortune meowing at the door for hours, just like move on and sleep through it as best as I can. And maybe he will stop eventually once he realizes I am not actually coming to let him out. So just working on that. And then in the later part of June, my goal is to collect boxes. So I'm going to go to all the local supermarkets and see if I can just have the boxes that they have there versus buying boxes. So I'm trying to save some money by seeing what I can see in that regard. So that's late June, because I don't want to worry about that till later, so I can get all the other stuff done without having to pile up. So next category, we have faith. So I am going to continue my pattern of going to church every Sunday. Like that's not really something that's a goal. It's a behavior that I do, and there's no issue there. The only time I ever miss church is literally if I'm not in town, or if I have to do something else at the time that I would normally go to church. So if my sons are here and they have tournaments, then sometimes they're on Sunday, so that would be a time I don't go to church. When I was out of town in Arizona, that was a time when I didn't go to church because I wasn't home and I was traveling. So only on those rare occasions am I not at the church on a Sunday. So other than that, my church is currently having a Skeptics Week 4-part series, and I went to the first one last week, and I thought it was going to be more of a Q&A, but only the 4th session is a Q&A. So I did some fellowship last week, but this upcoming, like the 4th session, I'm going to go back and attend that because I wanted to be in the room and participate in the Q&A. Not that I'm a skeptic, but I just feel like we could all keep learning as believers. So I like the opportunity to keep learning and see if I can get more context about things. So I'm excited for that. And then also my weekly Sabbath practice. I practice Sabbath whenever I'm home. So like I really actually look forward to my Sabbath day. My Sabbath day tends to be on a Sunday. So Saturday, which is today, is a day that I like to prep my home, like cleaning. I need to meal prep. I need to get everything ready so that way on Sabbath, I just go to church. And other than that, I am home. I might call some family, catch up with them, might text a few friends and catch up with them. But other than that, I do a little walk with God, and or lounge, might take a nap, might watch a little show, do some reading, and that's it. Like I don't do anything on Sabbath day, which is so good for my soul. I can't tell you, I love it. Can't go back. So that is my faith forecast for June. And these are things that I did well in May. So these are just normal things that I do, but I really like to make sure to keep space for them. So although some of these are things that I do already, these are also things that I'm prioritizing. So everything on my goal list isn't necessarily a new goal. It's a priority to me as well. Okay, so next up we have fitness. So my goal is to continue a pattern I started in I started in May, where Monday through Friday, as best as I can, I will do 20 minutes on my elliptical machine and then go for a mile walk in the morning. Or if I can't go in the morning, I'll go on one of my breaks from work and to get at least a mile a day. And then also make sure to get 20 minutes on the elliptical to just wake up my body in the morning so I can get a little movement in. And then I always, for the month of May, I also wanted to have 3 gym days for lifting because that's important, strength training. So I go on Mondays and Wednesdays, and on Saturday I have a home gym day where I just do my workout at home lifting here because I have a barbell and dumbbells and all that stuff here too. So I think for the month of May, I got 3 out of 4 weeks because of the weekend of travel. Plus my sleep got really, really bad. So that also kind of messed with my fitness routine, but I'm going to keep going, keep trying. So for the month of June, I'm hopeful. Okay, so then moving on to meal plan. What we've got here is I have been learning to bake bread. So I'm going to make some bread from scratch at least once a week. So these are things that I just plan to do weekly. So I'm going to bake at least a loaf of bread once a week. I'm going to also, for the last 3-4 weeks, I've been making my own coconut milk, almond milk, or oat milk. And I, will show you in a moment the Costco stuff I got. So you'll see that video of the things I got. But I bought a bunch of almonds because I'm just going to be making almond milk from scratch because it's so easy and affordable. I can't reason to go buy almond milk. I just have to cross check and see if I can get a container to put it in so then my kids will drink it, because my younger son will be like, what is this? Even if it tastes the same. So I have to prepare for my son when he's here with me, so I don't have to buy almond milk for him or have him buy, because he doesn't really even need to drink almond milk. He uses it for cereal, and then he just eats the cereal out, and then there's all this almond milk that's just there. I'm like, this is money. But if I make it, I'm like, this is effort, So anyway, I am happy to make bread once per week, also to make almond milk once per week. And I did my Costco essentials run, got some stuff from Safeway that will help me get through the month. So I'm excited for that. And so that's the meal plan for the month. There's nothing fancy to it. I am going high protein as usual, and that's been successful. All right, so here's some of the Costco highlights. I got almonds for almond milk. I got some laundry detergent, 225 loads for $16. Some tuna, high protein there. Collagen, B complex. We got some turkey thighs, or not turkey thighs, chicken thighs. Turkey burgers, 30 grams of protein per burger. 19 grams of protein per collagen. Protein bars back there, 20 grams of protein per bar. Protein yogurts and eggs. Okay, so now looking at social. What am I doing this month in my social category? For me, each month while here, I've been trying to prioritize time with family. So we tend to get together for a family movie night or family game night. Some months we do both. So this month, we're gonna have a family movie night or game night, I believe sometime mid-June. And then when my kiddos are in town, we're gonna do a family thing once a week. And then I got some activities kind of organized, and I'm working on that for them for the month. And that should be good. And other than that, I feel like I want to socialize a little bit less. I don't know if that's wrong or right, but it's how I feel in my heart, is that I don't want to see people and make time right now because I'm preparing for a move. And that is kind of an exhausting thing. And as much as I care for my friends and family, if I don't see you at movie night, it's all love. But I don't want to extend more of myself socially. So I feel like June's gonna be a less social month, and probably July too, because that's gonna be the home stretch prepping for the move. So I just kind of wanna hibernate a little bit, because I'm tired. Plus my sleep hasn't been that great, so I don't feel like I'm in the socially-est space right now. But I did quite a bit socially, I kind of mentioned before, so good with the socials. yeah, so two more categories. We've got health. So for health, I am working on daily supplementation, which is something I do pretty often every month, and that's going great. I am gonna make some sea moss gel for the month in a moment when I get into my prep routine. I have 3 different hair growth teas that I try and weave into my daily practice just to like make sure I'm working on my hair growth from the inside out. So I have a horsetail tea blend that I made. I have a hibiscus tea that I made, and then I just drink green tea at least once a day or every other day, something like that. Also, oil pulling keeps your teeth white, so I want to do that 2 to 3 times a week. So those are my health goals for the month of June, and more or less what I was doing in May as well. So last but not least, we have personal development. So for personal development, we have the singing practice. I'm learning to sing, so I want to make sure to keep my practice at least a minimum of 4 times per week, and it's been going good. I have a singing coach that I meet with weekly, except when I'm like traveling, so that's been going pretty well. Mostly I enjoy the support, but I feel like we're still trying to figure out the right time to meet where it's just like simple, because our schedules are a little in reverse. But all that to say, I'm still hopeful and pleased with the experience, and so I will be working on my personal development as far as singing, and I think that I'm also going to be reading. I've been reading more books and trying to turn the TV off a little bit more, so that's been going really good too. So that is all of the things that I have kind of in line for the month of June. So I hope this plan with me, or monthly reset video, is helpful. And let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to see. I wasn't really sure about what to include. Like, did you want to see me make the sea moss gel? Did you want to see me kind of go through Sabbath prep day of like cleaning the house and meal prepping? I don't know. That's a lot of work to do. So I'm only going to do that if there's like a lot of interest in it. Otherwise, like you get the gist. You kind of know what it looks like. So I hope this video is helpful. Happy June. I hope that you have some amazing goals. And yeah, I am looking forward to checking back in next month to tell you how everything went, share the highlights and the opportunities for the month. And yeah, I feel like this is a good way to stay accountable and just see what's going on. But I do love this planner. It's super helpful. And I use the planner pages here, or the journal pages, just to kind of see that's where I usually track my weekly finances. And then there's also the like weekly health planner and tracker for like mood, sleep, and wellness, self-care activities, nutrition practice, and daily movement. We got weekly affirmation, and if you do any fasting, there's space for that. And it's just a nice way to kind of organize. So this right here has been fabulous. I hope that you will find some inspiration from today's video, and I'll look forward to catching you in next month's. But check out the channel. There's lots of cool stuff here. Subscribe if you're interested. Give this video a thumbs up if you made it to the end, and leave a comment. What is your goal for the month ahead? All right, take great care, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Graceful 40s Wellness. Be blessed.